What's going on, guys? Full here with Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube, and we get questions all the time. People are like, hey, so I already have a lifted truck, but I don't want the lift kit that's currently in it. I want something bigger or different, or they want to upgrade it. Can you still do that? And the answer, for the most part, is yes. So this is John. He actually is the guy that sells you all the lights, Black Label Lighting. And this is the 3.5-inch Fabtech kit in here, the budget kit. So it's very, very basic, not a whole lot included in it. And John wasn't super thrilled with the ride, so he wanted to step it up and go to the full-blown coilover kit. So we're taking this kit out and we're putting in the coilover kit. So I'm gonna turn this over to Banker and Brent. They're gonna get started ripping this thing apart and getting the new stuff in. One thing to note is the budget kit does come with upper control arms, and the performance kit actually doesn't. So we're gonna be still using those from the budget kit with the performance kit and see how this whole thing comes together.
What's up, guys? So Fuller already told you we had a 3.5-inch Fabtech budget lift in here. Now with the budget kit, it's minimally invasive. So you basically trim the cross member, you drop the diff just a little bit, and you can always go back to stock or lower if that's what you prefer. Now that we're doing the 4-inch Performance Series kit with the cross members and the full diff drop and the coilovers, there is no going back from here. We can always go up, but we can't go back. We can't go back because this lower control arm pocket where that rear cross member sat is now gone. We remove that, the new control arm drop bracket goes in there, relocates everything. So there is no going back once we do this. So now, in addition to cutting the rear cross member bracket, because we're lowering the diff and the power steering rack gets in the way, you have to lose this horn on the diff, which means it cannot mount in its factory location either. So there's really no going back.
Okay, so we did run into one minor issue, and I don't know where Banker is, but he's not working on the truck, so I guess I'm gonna crawl under here and show you guys what's going on. So initially, the lift kit that we're taking out of here came with these diff drops, which go up in here, which Lawson will probably get you a shot of so we can see what's going on. And they're really, really thick, obviously, so they used longer bolts. These bad boys right here. You put this in here, the diff's on here, there's your spacer. But the new one, well, to come down to show you this, uses, where are you going? Get over here. Uses more of a like OEM thickness bracket, so it's significantly thinner. So when you take this big massive bolt and you put it in here, it's too long because you got all of this thread left once these things thread in. So that is an issue because we don't have the stock bolts from this truck. So it's not really a major problem, but we're gonna have to run to the hardware store, grab some new bolts, or just grab them out of the bins, and then we can get back to work on this and get the kit installed. All right, so as you can see, the truck now has the complete lift kit installed. You can tell that because of how tall it is in the air. Just kidding, it's on the lift. But obviously, the main component here is going to be the Dirt Logic coilovers up front. So those are in. Threw some fresh paint on the old upper control arms since they're scratched up from rubbing on the stock wheels that were on here. So that everything is pretty much set to go. You're not going to really notice any difference visually other than the coilover itself. Obviously, now you do have the drop cross members up front, so that's a big change. The last kit didn't have that. And then like the differential drop brackets and just the rest of the drop brackets to lower everything down so you can then lift the truck up. And then I'll show you out back. There is one kind of significant change back here. So now you have a one-piece block in the rear right here. Everything's at full droop, so you'll see everything's a little bit tight, but there's still some flex there, so you should be okay. But there's just one-piece block in the rear, cast block. Whereas in the last kit, you had your OEM block and then a stock block, I'm sorry, an OEM block and then aftermarket block stacked. So you had 2 pieces instead of now just having the one. And then obviously the Dirt Logic shock out in the back as well. So we're gonna get this thing dropped down on the ground, throw some wheels on it, finish up. Again, not sure where Cody's at. He probably couldn't make it to work today because his Chevy broke down, but we'll get the wheels on this one, get it down and show you what it looks like all finished.
All right, guys, so there's a couple things Fuller didn't think about because he's not a truck guy and he drives a BMW. So what you'll notice with the new kit is this knuckle lift. Look at this ball joint angle. It is beautiful. This thing is at full droop and there's no negative angle on the ball joint. At the same time, the CV angles, this is, again, full droop. This is the max that this angle is gonna go down. So it can only get better from here once it goes on the ground. So this is the big thing, the big reason why you do the cross member drop kits instead of just the push it as far as you can 4-inch kits.